What is going on, people of YouTube? My name is Kurtyoy and welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video is the start of my FPL content for the upcoming 2017-2018 season. We are starting early. The season in itself, FPL doesn't kick off until July the 10th, week commencing, so I've got a long way. My content starts here and we have got so much to go through. We've got so much to talk about. Furthermore though, if you'd like to enter yourself in a little giveaway, click on the link in the description. It'll take you to a video and just comment your Twitter @ and then that's your free chance of basically winning big in my giveaway. I'll be doing another one of them, announcing that at the start of the FPL season. Without further ado though, let's have a look at the fixtures. They've been released today. We'll be quickly skimming over them, giving you my plans until FPL is launched, and basically have a cheeky little look at what's to come here on this channel. But first of all, let's have a look at the fixtures. So next to me we've got the opening day fixtures, and my goodness, there are some good ones here. If I get them up on my screen, my goodness, there are some tasty looking fixtures, but also some ones where you think, poor promoted clubs. First of all, Arsenal host off this season against Leicester. Quite a tough game, I have to admit. Leicester, I mean, poor in general for that season, but even with Shakespeare at the helm, they're a poor away from home. Just 2 wins in the entirety of the season. I think those 2 wins came under Craig Shakespeare, so and that's still not good enough really for a team that won the league last season. But I think they're going to be pushing on this season. The right signings will get rid of, let's say, Vardy and Mahrez. Could be a good season for them if they get the money in for them and sign and build elsewhere. They've got an ageing defence. They haven't got much in terms of options, but it could be a good season for Leicester. As for Arsenal, what will it be? Will it be a 3 at the back scenario, or will it be back to the old Arsenal ways? Will they improve? They're not going to be able to attract the bigger players. They're in Europa League. Will Ozil and Sanchez say? So many things to discuss and look at. It's going to be an interesting season, or transfer window as it happens for them. Then you've got Brighton. They host Manchester City. Many people putting them as favourites to win this season purely because the attacking power they have is phenomenal. But I wouldn't count Brighton out. I think they could be a bit of a dodgy team this season. They could go down. They could have a really good season. Not much is known about them. As for Man City, I think it's these sort of games I'm looking to make a statement and blast them away. So I'm expecting goals in that one. Chelsea host off their season, starting off against Burnley. And I think that's an easy Chelsea win. You've got to look at that one thinking Chelsea win. Yes, teams have slipped up in the past. Yes, bigger teams can slip up against the weaker teams, so to say, at the start of the season. Burnley's away from though was diabolical. I think they got 7 points or 6 points away from home last season, which in general is shocking. Fortunately, their home form is phenomenal, but their away form is diabolical. I think Chelsea will get off to a flying start, 3 or 4 goals to nil, as Burnley look without Michael Keane. But the few people I've been seeing links with Burnley could be good signings. You've got Palace versus Huddersfield, a really interesting one. I'd say Palace was certain to stay up this season, probably mid-table finish under Big Sam. He obviously left, and he's not going back to a football for maybe ever. So they face off against Huddersfield, who have got it's starting to smell a bit like a Bournemouth around the town. It's a little bit, you're not looking at the massive supporters, the masses and masses of fans, but you're looking at that sort of small club feel. They've rose up well in recent years, and I think Huddersfield could prove a shock this season, and could start off well. I think Palace are in trouble if they don't find a good manager to replace him. Everton versus Stoke, interesting one. Will Big Ron be there? Most probably not. Will Ross Barkley be there? Who knows? It's will he stay or will he go sort of time. And so as for Stoke, they'll get mid-table, nothing more, nothing less. Poor manager, the signings, they'll hold them back. But yeah, it's going to be a mess season for Stoke, I'm predicting. You've also got Man United starting off against West Ham. Now that's a big game. West Ham improved a lot at the end of the season, although their home form was still one of the worst in the entire league. You've got Man United, whose home form was not the best. Just 1 loss, but 10 draws. And I could see this being a draw again. I think Man United will be looking to start really well. They don't play near the top 6 in their first 6, so they just blast opponents away. But West Ham could be a difficult team to play against. The right signings, get rid of the right players, and buying in the right areas, and their 3 at the back formation could really work wonders from away from home this season. You've also got Newcastle hosting off against Spurs. I worry for Newcastle. I do think if they make the right signings, they could be a really good team this season. But if they go through and they just buy another team, I do worry. Even with Rafa Benitez at the helm, I do worry for them. But Spurs away from home didn't work too good this season. They have to be better this season, because I don't think they'll have the form they did at White Hart Lane at Wembley. They drew just 2 games and won every other game at White Hart Lane, which means they dropped 4 points from home. Period. I don't think they'll be recapturing that, so they need to get these sort of wins away from home. Southampton start off their campaign against Swansea. Interesting affair. Southampton, I think, without Claude Puel now, and Swansea looking to bring in Emmanuel Adebayor, which is an interesting one. Swansea look good. I think if they can keep Gylfi Sigurdsson, although I think Everton should sign him, I also think Swansea should keep him. It depends what side I was on, but Swansea point of view, they really need to keep him. He's a fantastic player. Bring in right players in the right areas. Maybe another. I'm thinking a sturdy sort of your steely centre back. You're looking at a goal scoring striker. Maybe a few wingers. You're looking at a really good Swansea team. And I think Southampton just bring in a decent manager. I don't think Claude Puel deserved to be sacked too much. I think you're still building something there, but bring the right manager, a few good players, and I think they'll have the same old season, finishing in 8th really. The penultimate game we're going to go through, Watford versus Liverpool. It's an interesting one. Not really. I think Liverpool blow Watford away. Had a shocking season with Walter Matsari. However, I do believe Marco Silva has joined Watford. Again, I haven't really kept up to date. I've sort of been distancing myself just for transfer targets. But if he has joined, I don't know if it's been confirmed or anything. But he's looking at you're looking at maybe a good home record, but he didn't keep Hull up in the end of the day, and maybe that's a foreshadowing of what happened with Watford. I've constantly said they'll get relegated. I don't dislike the club. I don't mind Watford. I don't like the way it's managed from the powers that be, but then I same every football club. As for Liverpool, these sort of games away from home, they can either stutter in or they'll blow teams away. It'll be one of the two, and I think we'll be blowing them away. And finally, West Brom versus Bournemouth. I can see that being a 0-0 draw. West Brom, looking really sturdy. Maybe a few signings. John Terry coming in. I mean, that's the right signing for an ageing West Brom defence. I mean, I can understand that one. But Bournemouth bringing in Jermaine Defoe. It could be a 0-0. Could be a 3-0. Could be a 5-0. Who knows? Bournemouth look really good. King and Defoe up front could really be good for them. King in behind Jermaine Defoe. But yeah, really interesting opening games. And if you want more on all the fixtures, me going through them and including the first 6 of every team, there'll be videos coming up for the next 7 days where I'll be discussing each team's the best starts for possible teams, the worst starts for possible teams, and some unexpected players you might be looking to pick up despite not knowing the price. But I think even if the price is good, definitely worth picking up. But as for plans for my channel, well, we haven't got the game. We don't know the prices or anything until week commencing July the 10th. That's when they've announced the game will be starting. We've still got a lot to talk about. We've got the fixtures. You can look at the signings. That's what I'll be doing. Apart from just the fixtures, I'll also be looking at a done deal coming back. That'll be coming back. The minute transfers are made, we'll be looking into them. What clubs they're joining for, not for the fees, but for FPL point of view. Again, we don't have the price. There's only so much I can do. I'll give you my opinion whether it's a good signing, bad signing, how it helped the team as well. Will hopefully help you guys. We've also got the fixtures, as I say, some really good looking ones up there, and also transfer targets. That's still going to be happening. Just going to be less time or more time in between them. It won't be daily like I've been trying to do, but it'll be more interlinked with everything else. So I'll have a fixtures video, maybe a done deal, then transfer targets, and it'll go on like that. And it'll go on, obviously, once we're done with the fixtures, it'll be done deal, transfer targets, maybe a 1 day break, done deal, transfer targets, and so on and so forth. But with that being said, thank you all for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and tell me, who do you think's got the best start for this new campaign, and who do you think on the opening day will score the most goals? I'm most definitely going for Man City. Although they're away from home first game, it's teams like Brighton that will get swept away under the attacking power that Man City have. Thank you all for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and peace.